Hey, starting a new series. I'm so excited about this series. I'm totally stoked because I think it relates to absolutely everybody. And this series is called Don't Worry, Be Happy. Right? So, like, there's songs that speak to that. There's a dude, McFarlane?
What?
McFerrin. I know, like, dude, I need help. I need so much help, it's not even funny. McFerrin did that. Don't worry, be happy. And then Bob Marley. Also, don't worry, everything's gonna be all right. So, I mean, this is like popular culture, but you know what? Actually, Jesus had something to say about don't worry. Oh my goodness, I love what Jesus does. And that's what we're doing in this whole series. Don't worry, be happy. That's what this series is about. And I think it's a really important time because sometimes we're heading into the school season and, starting to conclude from summer and heading into the fall and then, starting to pick up pace for all of the activities of fall and then leading into holidays. So, just keep this in the back of your mind. Don't worry, be happy. And we're reading about this from Luke chapter 12, verses 22 through like 32. And I like what Jesus says. And in verse 22, he says to his disciples, "For this reason, I say to you, do not worry about your life or about your body, what you will put on it." This is interesting because he says life is more than food and the body is more than clothing. So when he talks to us about don't worry, and he talks in here to his disciples, he's saying, and he uses the example of food for your body, food for your life and clothing for your body. But I think for us, I would ask you the question, what do you worry about? A lot of times we say, well, I don't worry because Jesus tells me not to. Okay, well, do you have anything that you're concerned about? Well, or do you have any times when you might be anxious, right? Do you have any things when you're a little bit unsettled? You start to cogitate. Well, what about? And I think a lot of times in our lives, we are, and we don't maybe not want to label it worried, or maybe I'm stressed out. I'm a little upset, these are words that we use, synonyms, but still at the end of the day, it's worry. So what are things that we are stressed out about? What are we worried about? What makes us anxious? Well, I think and it might not be necessarily food for your body or food for your life or clothing for your body, but maybe you're worried about money. Money seems to be a common theme for humans to worry throughout all of history. In fact, this is what Jesus, and he's referencing, for this reason I tell you. For this reason, and just before it, he tells a parable about a wealthy man. A wealthy man who had so much money that he had to tear down his barns and build new ones. And then God said, your life is going to be required of you just because you thought you had all this time and money to spend endlessly. And that's not what's going to happen. So Jesus says in the parable, it's all about money. And Jesus says, for this reason, I tell you, don't worry. Don't worry about your life, what you'll eat. Don't worry about your body, what you'll put on it. So money. Money can be a concern. Not having enough money. Can we make the money meet the month? We got bills, we got debts, mortgage, a house is getting repossessed, a car, we had unexpected expenses. Money is an issue. Money is a concern. And around the whole world, not just in America, but around the world. I'll go to places and they'll see, oh, it's the white lady. She's got money. And then they're all like, oh, give me money. And I'm like, hold on just a second. We have a joke break. Right? Such a great joke-ish. Okay, is it bad to swallow a cherry whole? Right? The whole cherry. Is it bad to swallow the whole cherry? Don't worry. It's just one of the pitfalls of life. Cherry pit. Oh my goodness. I know. That was really in the bad category. Probably in the bottom 5. Really, really bad. But we have something more helpful and meaningful to you now in this next part. I want us to be very attentive to what Jesus says. If we're worried about money, That's a common thing we worry about. Jesus says, let's take a pause on that. We could also worry about our health. Sometimes we get a bad diagnosis, or maybe we have a genetic predisposition. We worry about health issues. Sometimes we worry about relationship issues. Those are challenging. And some of the communication that happens. We worry about the future. We worry about decisions we have to make. There are a lot of things that we can worry about. And we get ourselves on the, if you will, on the worry wheel. But Jesus is telling us, hold on just a second. Don't worry. Don't worry. Stop worrying about what you'll eat, about what you'll wear. Take a pause. Stop and don't worry. And I think it's important for us to really acknowledge, and I like what Jesus says, don't worry. Now we're going to talk through this series about how do we not. But the first thing you have to do is acknowledge that Jesus says, don't worry. Stop worrying. Hold on just a second. Stop worrying, because Jesus tells us, stop. And I think if we're not careful, we tend to, in the world around us, and all of the clickbait and all of the stuff we watch, news, and all the titles, that get us, anxious. The world around us is cogitating and worried and wants us to participate in all that gyration. And Jesus is saying, pause, stop, hold on, don't worry. So we're going to talk about some ways and things and techniques to help us throughout this episode, throughout this series, about how to not worry. Don't worry, be happy.